A black luxury car glides down an empty road. The engine hums softly under the glow of distant streetlights. Suddenly, red and blue lights flash. Police siren blares. The car slows to a stop at the side of the road. Officer Grant, a middle-aged cop with a stern expression, steps out of his patrol car. His boots crunch against the pavement as he approaches the driver's side. He taps aggressively on the tinted window. Roll down the window. Now. The window glides down smoothly, revealing Marcus Hill, a well-dressed black man in his mid-40s, sitting calmly, hands resting on the steering wheel. His expression is unreadable. License and registration. Marcus studies him for a beat before reaching into the glove compartment. Slow, deliberate movements. The tension is thick. "What's a guy like you doing in a car like this?" Marcus pauses. A faint smirk flickers across his face. "A guy like me." Marcus remains seated, his expression unreadable. "Step out of the car. Now." Marcus doesn't hesitate. He unbuckles his seatbelt and steps out, moving with a quiet confidence. Grant's eyes scan Marcus from head to toe, judgment clear in his face. "You people don't drive cars like this." The words hang in the air. Quiet, cutting insult. Marcus simply tilts his head slightly, as if amused. "You people." Grant ignores the remark. He steps forward and immediately begins patting Marcus down, rough and unnecessary. Marcus stays perfectly still. Grant presses harder than needed on his pockets, clearly trying to humiliate him. "Car like that. Must be stolen, huh?" Marcus exhales slowly, looking straight ahead. No anger, no panic, just patience. Then a small moment. Marcus slips one hand into his pocket, fingertips brushing against a sleek black leather wallet. He doesn't pull it out. Not yet. Hint. Mystery. Grant doesn't notice, but the audience does. The night air is still, except for the faint hum of the patrol car's engine and the occasional rustle of leaves. Officer Grant steps back, arms crossed, studying Marcus like a puzzle he's trying to solve, but with contempt instead of curiosity. Behind him, a second officer, Officer Lane, younger and less aggressive, shifts uncomfortably. "Sir, should we run his plates first?" There's hesitation in his tone, a seed of doubt. He doesn't share Grant's arrogance. Grant scoffs, a short, sharp laugh. "I don't need to. I know exactly what type he is." Marcus tilts his head slightly, studying Grant. Not with fear, but with amusement. That single line, "I know exactly what type he is," reveals everything. The prejudice, arrogance, the assumption that he already knows the outcome of this situation. But Marcus knows something Grant doesn't. Marcus says nothing, just watches. The audience can feel it. Something isn't right. Why is he so calm? Why isn't he arguing? The more silent Marcus remains, the more Grant fills the air with his own ignorance. Lane's doubt grows. Officer Lane glances at Marcus, noticing what Grant refuses to see. His perfectly tailored suit. The polished shoes, not the kind a criminal wears. The steady, unwavering confidence in his eyes. Something is off. "Sir, maybe we should at least check." "Damn it, Lane, you knew on the job. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't need a database to tell me who I'm dealing with." Marcus' lip curls into the faintest smirk, a moment of pure irony. "You got something to say?" Marcus finally speaks. "No, officer. Not a thing." But the way he says it, it sounds like he knows exactly how this will end. Grant turns back to Lane, rolling his eyes. "Look at this guy. Hands in his pockets, acting all high and mighty. Thinking he's better than us." Marcus slowly removes his hands from his pockets, showing his palms. "Is that what you think?" The audience leans in. He's playing chess. Grant doesn't even realize he's already losing. "Yeah, that's exactly what I think." Marcus just nods like he's letting Grant dig his own grave. "Interesting." Lane swallows hard. He knows something's wrong. The camera lingers on Marcus' black leather wallet, still in his pocket. The audience knows. The moment that wallet comes out, everything will change. This section drags out the suspense, making the audience anticipate the reveal even more. The longer Marcus stays calm, the more uneasy viewers feel. Want me to continue with the big reveal build-up? The tension crackles in the air. Officer Grant, still drunk on his own arrogance, circles Marcus like a predator toying with prey. But the audience knows what Grant doesn't. Marcus isn't prey. He's the hunter. And soon, Grant will realize just how badly he's messed up. You know what? I've seen this before. A guy like you, all dressed up, acting like you own the world. But I see the truth. Marcus raises an eyebrow, intrigued. Oh, and what's that? Grant smirks, as if he's just figured it all out. You've been drinking. Marcus lets out a soft, genuinely amused chuckle. Drinking? Grant. Yup. Explains why you're acting all cocky. Bet I'd find a flask in that fancy jacket of yours. Marcus tilts his head, unimpressed. You think I'm drunk? Grant grins, thinking he's finally backed Marcus into a corner. Grant. Oh, I don't think. No. Which means I got probable cause to test you. And I can arrest you for misconduct, Officer Grant. The moment that changes everything. For the first time tonight, Grant's confidence falters. The audience leans in. Wait, what? Who is this guy? Even Lane looks over, his brows furrowed in confusion. Lane. Arrest him. Grant laughs, throwing his head back. A deep, cocky, full-bodied laugh. Grant. Arrest me. For what? Doing my damn job. Marcus slowly reaches into his pocket. Grant immediately tenses up, hand hovering over his gun. Grant. Slowly. What the hell do you think you're doing? Marcus doesn't flinch. He pulls out a black leather wallet, flicks it open and holds it up. The badge gleams under the flashing red and blue lights. Marcus speaks. Marcus. Marcus Hill, head of internal affairs. The audience feels it. That rush of shock, satisfaction, and poetic justice. The arrogant, racist cop just pulled over one of the most powerful men in law enforcement. Grant's world crumbles. Grant stares at the badge, his smirk gone. He blinks. Once. Grant. Wait. What? Lane. Oh, shit. Marcus steps forward, voice low but powerful. Marcus. Oh. Do you want to test me for alcohol, Officer Grant? Or should we discuss your violations first? Grant swallows hard. The audience sees it. He knows he's finished. Want me to continue writing the final climax, where Marcus takes full control and seals Grant's fate? The flashing red and blue lights illuminate the cold pavement. The air is thick with tension. Grant watches in horror as Marcus flips open his wallet. A gold badge gleams under the streetlights. The words, Head of Internal Affairs, stare back at him like a death sentence. For the first time tonight, Grant is speechless. His jaw slackens. His face drains of color. The arrogant, power-drunk officer finally realizes who he's been mistreating. Grant. Wait. This is a joke, right? Marcus tilts his head, watching him with quiet amusement. Officer Lane, who has mostly been an observer, takes an uneasy step back. You don't recognize me, do you, Officer Grant? Grant can't breathe. He shakes his head, trying to grasp at straws. Grant. I don't mean. I just. Marcus steps forward, towering over him now. His presence dominates the space. Marcus, voice sharp as a blade. I've been investigating you for months. Grant blinks rapidly. His lips tremble. Grant. Investigating. Me. Marcus. The complaints. All true. And tonight. You've given me all the proof I need. The power shift is complete. Marcus is no longer the one under suspicion. Grant is. Officer Lane's breathing quickens. He looks between Marcus and Grant, his eyes widening with realization. This isn't just a bad traffic stop. This is career-ending. Lane softly. Oh shit. His hand instinctively drifts toward his radio. He knows what's coming. Grant. Sure. I was just doing my job. Marcus' face hardens. He closes his wallet with a snap. Marcus coldly. No, Officer Grant. You were abusing your power. Marcus pauses, letting the weight of his words settle. Then he delivers the final blow. And now, you're finished. The radio crackles. Lane. Dispatch. We have a situation. Grant snaps toward Lane, panic flashing in his eyes. Grant. Lane. Well, you don't have to do this. Lane looks at Marcus, then back at Grant, and then he steps away from Grant. Lane. You did this to yourself. Grant's knees nearly buckle. This isn't just a traffic stop anymore. This is the end of his career. Marcus folds his arms. Marcus. Turn around, Officer Grant. Grant looks around frantic. His hands tremble as he sees Lane reaching for his cuffs. Grant, please, don't do this. I didn't mean. Marcus cuts him off. Marcus. No more excuses. Turn around. The power trip is over. The abuser has become the accused. And justice has finally arrived. The air is heavy with tension. Marcus doesn't move. He watches as Grant's arrogant facade crumbles. Then, the distant sound of sirens. More police cars appear, their red and blue lights slicing through the night. But these aren't regular patrol cars. These are Marcus people, his task force. The cavalry has arrived. Officer Lane steps back as a black unmarked SUV pulls up. Team of internal affairs officers step out. They move with purpose. One officer approaches Marcus and salutes. Officer. We're here, Director Hill. Orders. The moment hits Grant like a ton of bricks. Director. Marcus isn't just some high-ranking cop. He's the boss. Grant's arrest, justice served. 2 internal affairs officers flank Grant. His body is frozen in shock. His hands tremble. One of them pulls out cuffs. IA officer. Grant Thompson, you're under arrest for abuse of power, falsifying reports, and multiple counts of misconduct. Grant sputters, his face drenched in panic. Grant pleading desperate. No, wait, this is a mistake. I can explain. He turns to Marcus, his voice cracking. Sir, please, I didn't mean. Marcus doesn't blink. He doesn't flinch. He simply watches as justice finally catches up. As Grant is forced into the back of the squad car, Marcus takes a step forward. He looks him dead in the eye. And then, in a voice that is both firm and cold, he speaks. Marcus, corrupt cops like you are the reason people don't trust the system. We're here to change that. His words cut deep. Grant slumps back, defeated. The door slams shut. Car pulls away. And just like that, it's over. Marcus turns to Officer Lane. Lane, who had once hesitated to challenge Grant, now stands a little taller. The fear is gone. A new understanding is there. Marcus studies him for a moment, then speaks. Marcus, let's make this force better, officer. Lane nods. No arrogance. No hesitation. Just determination. Marcus glances at the flashing lights one last time. Then he turns away, walking toward his SUV. The scene fades to black. And a final message appears on screen. Real justice starts from within.